New toy, yes. Alright guys, managed to get my hands on a sledge. This looks absolutely epic. I love it. I can't believe I managed to get hold of one. In the UK, these are quite rare at the moment. They're not available for online orders. You have to collect them or reserve them, especially in store. I want to say a huge thank you to Calvin from Rcbashersuk UK for making this thing happen. He actually ran through and reserved this with his local hobby shop, and I managed to get someone to go and collect it for me today. And this is actually their display model, and they were not allowed to actually sell this rig until today, which is Friday the 8th. And so super stoked I managed to get my hands on it. So I also want to thank Adrian from Webb Models. These are the guys that sold me this rig, so I will be leaving a link in the description. Get some absolutely superb customer service. Pulled out all the stops. So I want to quickly look over the box and see what the box is about. Really digging that design, guys. I know people are saying that this design is quite similar to the Kraton, but guys, that Kraton does look absolutely awesome as well. So if this looks like the Kraton, I'm super happy about that. Quickly have a look and see what the literature on the box says. 8th scale 4-wheel drive, rigid, fully formed aluminium chassis. We'll see how strong that chassis is going to be. That number I don't really like too much. 6061 T6 shock towers. Why they can't be 7075 for the amount we pay for it, I'm not sure. So Traxxas could have done a bit better there. Hopefully they'll hold out for me. If they don't, then we might have to upgrade them. So this is it's got the 6S VXL ESC and the 2000 kV motor in there. The Traxxas electronics hasn't given me much problems, but they're not the fastest. Hopefully the electronics are going to hold out. And then just talk about 70 mile an hour on 6S. Probably going to need an upgrade in pinion and spur, most likely. So here on the side, it just tells you what kind of speeds you can expect with different gear ratios and battery types. And we're interested in this one here, 55 mile an hour on 1352, so that should be the stock gearing on 6S. So that shouldn't be too bad for doing stunts and pulling some decent sends. 65 mile an hour, you can put a high speed pinion in there, so 1652. And then 70 mile an hour, you have to change the pinion and spur, so 1846 is your gearing ratio for that. So guys, we'll see how the pinion and spur hold out. I've seen people break teeth already, and it doesn't look like Traxxas have changed the material that they're using, so I'm not happy about that. But we'll have to see, we'll have to upgrade. I have had a lot of problems with my X-Max. You can see I've got a collection of pinions and spurs there. The pinions and spurs are usually an issue with Traxxas, but it's not something that should be too difficult, hopefully, for a third party retailer to make something. So that's the side. It's the back of the box, and then just shows you which color choice. And you can see I've got the green one. I said this is the display model. I've not actually seen it, and for me it was either the green or the blue, whichever one I can get hold of. The bodies aren't super expensive from what I've seen, so you can change the bodies out and go for all these different colors. The basic color scheme underneath is always going to stay blue. So I may in the future go for a blue body, but for now I'm liking the green. I think green and blue should look good as well. To quickly have a look at the other side of the box, and on this side here it's got some nice illustrations of the hop-ups and upgrades Traxxas want us to know about. So quickly have a look at this one here. So we've got the extreme power. We'll have to see how good that is. Large battery tray. Only for Traxxas batteries it looks like. So it is something that we are going to be doing a mod most likely to anyway. Looking at the diffs. The diffs look really chunky. So you've got a center diff there. Just shows you the inside. So looks really good. Clipless body design. This is what everyone's talking about. So can't wait to have a look at that. See how that is. And the aluminium shocks, they look really good as well, especially the shafts. They look really chunky, so we'll have a quick look at that and see how well they are. And then just going above it, just talks about the aluminium shock towers. Again, as I said, could have done with being 70-75. The chassis design, just nice bracing on there, and then you just got an overview of the body itself. So guys, that's the box. Let's open her up. Let's release the beast. Guys, this looks absolutely amazing. I'm really loving this body. The green is quite a bright green and it looks really nice. Quite like that, guys. Body looks nice. Comes with the standard TQI controller and the bag full of goodies. In there you've got your wheel wrench, your plastic one, your standard, and some hex keys and a battery coupler. Going to run a 6S pack and just your manuals. Really liking this body, and the body itself, the design of it is really nice. It's quite what's the word, aggressive looking, which I really like. I'm really digging this nose. Really like the design of the front here. Shame there isn't a bumper on the front here to cover to protect the front nose. I have seen people dent the front nose quite easily, so that's something that we are going to be looking at doing as part of some mods I'm going to be doing to this rig before we take her out. But guys, this thing looks really nice. Tires, nice. I can hear there's a vent hole there. Can we see? Is there any? No. So it looks like I'm going to have to vent these tires as well. That's going to be part of a mod that we're going to have to do, part of the mods. Body itself, let's remove this body. Wow. Guys, that is a game changer. A single click and the body is off and on again. That is absolutely awesome. So the body, plastic, this feels quite flimsy actually. So that's going to need some reinforcement, so we are going to do some reinforcement. I do usually do this to all my rigs anyway, so I will be doing it to this one as well. So we'll do some shoe glue and drywall tape on there. But the cage looks quite solid. Got a nice bracing along the front here as well, so it looks like these here must rest on this really nice center brace from Traxxas. So yeah, that's going to need some reinforcement, so we'll do that in a future video. The car itself, let's have a quick look. So we've got that 2000 kV motor in there. We've got a nice, looks like aluminium bracing on there, so that's really good. When we are sending these rigs quite high, it's nice to have some kind of bracing all the way around, I think it is. So happy about that. Got a nice cover for the center diff and the pinion. These wires I have seen in a video, I think it might have been Kevin Talbot's video, where he's actually caught his wires on the pinion. So what I might do here is put some cable ties around there to make sure that these wires don't go anywhere near the pinion there. But we've got the Success VXL ESC, and it's something that I do want to actually check and no one's actually pointed out yet. Yes, let me just grab a pointer. So guys, I've got the Traxxas X-Max 8S with the VXL ESC in that, and I've got a light kit on there, and that light kit is actually connected to this little switch here, and it looks like this Success has got the same switch on it. So there might be a possibility that you can put the X-Max light kit to this ESC and make that compatible, hopefully. At this moment in time, there is no light kit available for this rig, and to be honest with you, I can't see anywhere where you would be able to fit it anyway. So might be something that I might look into in the future. We've got the receiver box here, looks all nice. Not had any issues with my Traxxas one either. And we've got a new servo on there with an aluminium horn, so that looks really good. The servo itself, there's been some mixed reviews on there. For me, I like bashing, so as long as the car will turn, I'm happy with that. Just have a quick look. This center brace looks quite solid. Yeah, it looks like it's a T-shape, so that should hopefully give it some extra strength. There's some plastic bracing. I'm not a big fan of this plastic bracing to the chassis. It is a weak point, I think, but Traxxas plastic is usually superior, so it might be strong enough to hold that. We'll have to give that a good testing. Same with the rear, you've got some plastic bracing on the rear as well. Oh, that's nice, you've got some extra bracing on the back, so you've got 3 points of contact. That's good. And I'm liking the covers on the top, protects your body hopefully. Let's check the suspension. That feels nice, guys. Not actually taking a bit of pressure for me to get it to bottom out, so that's good. The rear wing looks nice as well. It is flexible, so that's good. It's going to take a pounding. I know these rigs don't come with a wheelie bar, so that means that the rear wing is going to get a brunt. You spin her over and quickly look at the back here. Right, this is one problem that I've seen other people having. Yeah, I've got the same issue. There is no O-ring inside the diff cup. Means that there's a lot of play in this rear dog bone, and these aren't CVD dog bones either, so that's something that I'm gonna have to deal with. So we'll have to put some O-rings in there. That'll be part of it, our mod video most likely. Some nice decent bracing for the wing at the back as well. Spin it around, have a quick look. So we've got plastic links. Not had any problems with the X-Max ones, so I'm hoping these ones will hold up. Nice to see we've got some mud guards at the back as well. That's something that I do to all my rigs as well, so it's nice to have that already pre-installed. Let's go into the front. We've got the battery tray. A lot of people have seen this, so I'm going to try and see if I can fit my Z-powered and see how big they are. So these are the ones that I like to use for my bashers, guys. These are 52 milliamp ATC 3S packs, and I use a couple of them. Balance really well. Now I can see, without even putting these in, that these aren't going to fit in the available tray system that Traxxas use. So I don't like to run with Traxxas batteries. I find they're too expensive and they don't have a balance lead, so I'm not sure if they've changed that now, but not having a balance lead is just going to kill you. So anyway, these are what I'm going to be going for. So it looks like we're going to have to put a strap in there. So good, I'd say a centimeter and a half taller than where the space available. And I like to run to 3S rather than a 6S pack, just because one of the cells drop out, you can just get rid of one battery and you've still got a good working battery as well. You just need to buy one more. These are my other batteries that I've been using. These are my ZOP powered 5000 milliamp 60C 3S packs, and these are the soft case ones, a lot thinner. So I tend to go with 2 of them, and let's see if these do fit in there. Right, so they do fit in. Got a problem with the leads sticking out of the top. Let's see. I could probably force that down and get that to lock in. Just need to push these down a bit, just catching a little, but we could probably fit them and get away with using these ZOP powers. So these have been really good as well. I have busted one of the batteries, one of the cells on this one battery, so I don't use them anymore. This one has failed on me, so I'm going to get rid of it. But this is the reason why I buy 3S as opposed to 6S, because this second battery is still perfectly fine. I've got no issues with it. So all I need to do really is buy another one of these, which isn't that much, and it saves me having to buy a full set of packs again. So the ZOPs fit in, the Z's obviously don't. So gonna have to do that mod on the battery tray. Then coming over to the front, let's have a quick look. It's not actually that heavy, so that's really good. Makes it easier for me to carry it around. So coming to the front, so we've got the clip system, goes into this little gap here. We've got, so we've got CVDs at the front. There's absolutely no movement in them CVDs. Suspension feels good. Got a tiny little bumper at the front. I don't know how much protection that's going to give us, but that's something that we're going to have to look into as well. We've got plastic steering links at the back, and top links as well. They're plastic as well. So we're going to have to see how well and how durable this truck really is. It looks really good. It's completely different to anything that Traxxas have made recently. And guys, this is the second Traxxas that I've ever owned. The only other one is my X-Max, and I've actually loved that thing. I'm hoping that this is going to give the same sort of durability. I'm hoping, but there is a lot more metal, aluminium on this rig. Have a quick look at the bottom, guys. That looks really nice, really nice. And that's something that I do like to cover as well. So at the moment, don't think, because rig is so new, that there isn't going to be any kind of chassis protectors on there available for it. But what I'll do in the meantime is, part of the mods video, we'll cover the bottom of that chassis as well, just to keep that nice and clean. But guys, this thing looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Just hope we don't have any problems. Let me just pop mine. Let's see how well I can do this one-handed. On there. There we go. That is awesome. The more I'm looking at this body, the more it's growing on me. The colors look really nice. The graphics do look okay. As I said, they are a bit dated. I was expecting something a bit newer, but the aggressiveness of the body looks awesome. Can't wait to see this thing flying through the air. Can't wait to send it off my ramps, and I can't wait to get it to the skate parks, and definitely can't wait to get it to the BMX track. This thing's going to be awesome. Before we do any of that, there are going to be some protection mods that we're going to need to do, and there's going to be some must-do mods as well, guys. I'm going to get them all done. I will do a separate video on all the mods that I'm going to do to this rig before we do send it. Make sure you are tuned for that video, guys. You're going to want to watch it if you are thinking of getting one of these. But this thing looks absolutely epic, guys. If you're excited as I am to see this rig on the channel, make sure you give me a like, and if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do. Until then, see ya.